You've been learning about value investing, finance, just regular investment for a while now, but you don't know where to go next. You're getting confused about the vast amount of information on the internet. You don't want to waste your time on crap information. You want good information and reliable information. In this series of videos on value investing and finance education, you will find those answers to those questions and much more. My name is Jason Rivera. Welcome to Value Investing and Finance Education.
Hey, Jason here. Today I want to talk about my thoughts on avoiding scams. I had an interesting conversation with a potential client last night, somebody I've actually talked with quite a bit, about a group on Facebook that I've seen ads for. I'm not going to say the name, I might say where the country is that they're based at some point, but I'm not going to say the name of it, frankly, because I don't want to give them any publicity. I don't know anything about them other than what I've seen, which I'll talk about, and then what this potential client told me last night about an event he went to that was hosted by the, again, company, to say it nicely. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to avoid scams. In the investment arena, there are a ton of scams. A lot of people promising results that are impossible. A lot of people promising no risk. A lot of people promising no money down. A lot of people promising no work and you're going to get XYZ huge return. These kind of things. I'm not exactly sure why there's so many scam artists in the financial arena, but I know a lot of it has to do because everybody wants money. Everybody wants more money. Everybody wants to get more money with as little work as possible. And a lot of people don't want to build skill sets and the proper mindsets to, over time, to actually build valuable skills that they can use to make money. So that's kind of my thoughts on why this arena in particular that I'm in and that you're obviously interested in if you're watching this is why there are so many scam artists in this arena. So, first one I want to talk about is, what was it? It was probably a couple months ago, and I was going to write a post about it then, but then I got busy doing other stuff and frankly forgot about it. I got reminded of it yesterday when I had this conversation with this potential client. I got an email about, it's probably 2 or 3 months ago now. The subject line was something along the lines of earn 1,000% returns with risk-free, or earn 1,000% returns risk-free. So, because I have studied marketing and I know marketing, I know he was trying to get me to open the thing. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll open it and see what it actually says in there. I expected something along the lines of you will earn 1,000% returns and you will have little risk. Nope. He doubled and then tripled down in the email, and it was from a company. It was some kind of financial planning company name, and I remember researching them, and they were something to do with the CFP. And he was trying to pitch a product that, because I've been in this arena again for 11, 12 years now, I know there are no risk-free returns, B, if you're a financial planner, you certainly don't have any risk-free returns, because you typically, what most financial planners do is they just put you in funds that track the market, index funds or mutual funds or their version of index funds that track the market. There's risk if you're in the market. But he was pitching a product that I believe was on crypto, if memory serves me correctly, that he said there's zero risk, guaranteed you're going to make money. And I think he guaranteed it, I think it was the 1,000% return or whatever. Again, risk-free, guaranteed in the crypto space. Since that time, crypto has gone from, I think it was between $15,000 and $20,000 a Bitcoin to, I think it's around $6,000 now. That sounds quite risky and like you were not guaranteed to make money to me. And this is coming again. It was a financial planner. This isn't just some, or at least that's how they position the website and their thing. So I went on their website a little bit. So maybe if you kind of look behind the scenes a little bit more, they aren't a financial planner, but that's how they position their emails. That's how they position their website as a financial, as a CFP. So that's A, insane. B, if they are doing that with their, and they are really a CFP, that should be illegal to my knowledge. So there's one to avoid. If you see things like risk-free, guaranteed, and there are things that involve returns in the stock market, run as far away as you can from these people. Because there's always risk in the market. There's no such thing as risk-free in the market. It doesn't matter. I have to be personally 100% confident in my decision when I'm going to, if I decide to invest in a company, but that doesn't mean there's zero risk. There's risk in every investment. There's risk every day. There's risk walking across the street. Some idiot might blow through a stop sign or a stoplight and might get hit by a car. There's always risk in everything. So if somebody says there's risk-free and involves something in the stock market or investment arena that specifically involves an investment of a certain kind, run away from them. There are different things marketers use as risk-free because you don't have to pay for a certain time. Like even on my products, I use a risk-free, and I talk about guarantees. You have typically a 14 or a 30-day guarantee that if you aren't happy, you can get your money back. Any money you've paid back, no questions asked. That's on all my products. That kind of guarantee is fine. And I also say risk-free because on some of our products and services, say for example, the Training Vault or the Masterclass, if you, for the first 14 days, there's a trial period where you can try it out without paying any money. Your credit card doesn't even get charged. So those kind of risk-free and guarantees are fine. If somebody says you're going to earn 1,000% risk-free or if we're 1,000% guaranteed and it's risk-free on, let's say, crypto or an apartment building or a stock investment, they're insane. Run away from them. So there's that. Another scam or a potential scam, again, I don't know this company more than what I've seen from them and what this potential client told me about an event he went to, is, again, I'm not going to name the company, but they do have, I believe it's like 92,000 followers on their Facebook group. And so I was like, okay. And they say the name of the group, and again, I don't want to say it, so that's why I'm stumbling a little bit here, because I'm trying to figure out how to word this, has value investing in the name of the group. He went to one of their events in, and again, I don't want to say the country even. He went to one of their events and was expecting to learn about value investing. It's in their name, all that kind of stuff. He said he ended up getting most of the presentations were on their options course, and just in their 3-day seminar that they were doing, if you purchased their options course, you would be able to trade options after only 3 days. I think he said there was risk-free as well. No, that's not what he said. He said they didn't talk about the risks of options at all. Everything was positive. So there is another way to avoid getting scammed. If everybody tells you the positives about everything, but they tell you none of the negatives, you need to run away from them. there are risks in everything. There are downsides to everything. Those kind of things, especially if you talk to them one-on-one, via email, Skype, Zoom, phone call, whatever it may be. If they are telling you all of the positives and none of the potential negatives, like, hey, options are risky if you don't know what the hell you're doing and you can lose money, you probably should run away from them. If somebody tells you you can learn a skill like option trading in only 3 days if you buy their $4,000 course, you need to run away from them. Again, and I want to kind of highlight, this isn't a sales pitch at all. I'm just kind of highlighting the difference here between my programs because I have personal experience with them and other people in the financial arena. I don't guarantee anything in my course or any of my programs other than you'll become a far better value investor. That's it. I don't promise XYZ returns. I don't promise XYZ money in 3 days. I say, for example, in the masterclass, which is a 6-week long program that you get lifetime access to, has 6 weeks worth of modules, 90 different videos and video training sessions and other resources. I think over 100 resources on top of that. I guarantee that you'll be a far better value investor after you take the course, and that you will be able to value and evaluate businesses after you take and are serious in the course, serious about learning and practicing all the stuff that's in the course. I don't guarantee you're going to become the next Warren Buffett and be $80 billion rich. I don't guarantee you're going to find stocks that are going to produce 1,000% return. I don't say you're going to do all this in 3 days. If somebody says you can learn any skill in 3 days if you buy our $4,000 course, you need to run away from them. Especially, again, in the financial arena. I've been doing this for 12 years now. I'm still learning every single day, still reading every day. Buffett, who's been doing it for 50, 60 years, says he still learns every single day. There's always more to learn. You can always get better. And if somebody says you can master a skill and it's risk-free in 3 days or a short time period, they're insane and you need to run away from them. So those are kind of my thoughts on how to avoid scams in the financial arena. Some other kind of general tips. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And this is just kind of a mental model, just kind of a lifetime thing. You've heard it. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Again, and this goes back to the 1,000% return, risk-free, guaranteed 1,000% return I was talking about in the first example. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If people do not answer your questions in easy to understand ways, and I talked a little bit about this in the retirement, I think it was the retirement, where I called them retirement plans, mostly scams. If people don't answer your questions, like what are your results, what is your process, what kind of situations do you invest in, how much do you learn every day, how do you improve your skills, these kind of things, just kind of, again, basic common sense questions you should ask a financial advisor or anybody you're going to do business with. What are your returns, all these kind of questions. If they don't answer them in easy to understand ways, they're probably trying to hide something and you should run away from them. You can ask any of my clients, again, for example, personal example, because I have personal experience with this. I'm an open book. You can ask any of my clients. I'm an open book. If they ask me something, I will answer it, or I will do my best to find the answer to it. I will tell them my results. I will show them my behind-the-scenes processes. Example in the masterclass. I will make training videos for them. I will do everything in my power to help them in easy to understand ways, because there's a lot of complexity in the finance arena, and I think a lot of that is built in on purpose to confuse people, to frankly rip them off, which is what we're talking about here in scams. So I think that's a big part of it, is people try to, they do it to kind of rip people off. B, a lot of people do it to sound smarter than they really are, so they're more trustworthy. But again, if you're not able to understand things, if you're not able to get answers in easy to understand ways, that that are a good test that I learned in the investment newsletter industry when I was there. You can't explain something to your 6-year-old niece or sixth grade level niece, which is what, 12 years old. You don't understand it well enough yourself, and you shouldn't say it. Simple as that. Simple, easy to understand terms. Again, doesn't confuse people, makes you seem more believable, trustworthy, more authentic, all these kind of things. And because it's true, if you're trying to confuse people by using these high sounding words and phraseology, and there's a big word right there I probably shouldn't use, all these kind of things, and you don't understand what they're talking about, and you just kind of keep saying yep, and don't ask more and more questions, you might be getting ripped off or might be getting scammed. Again, there's a lot of people in this financial industry that does these kind of things, and I told my potential client last night, the course that company or group or whatever they are was pitching is the kind of stuff I'm trying to fight against every day on the blog. Is I'm trying to give people easy access to information, talk about sometimes complex terms and concepts in easy to understand ways so people understand, trying to get people into proper mindsets so they can make their own great decisions, education, educating people constantly, A, because that's who I am, and B, because again, that's how I was trained at the investment newsletter. If people can understand what you're saying, they're more likely to trust you, and they're more likely to do business with you because they're not going to be confused. So it's just a good business practice as well. And again, that's just the way I was raised. So to always be honest, always kind of put yourself out there and do what's right and those kind of things. So that's just how I was raised and my personality. So but I hope you found some value in this video. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. If you have any experience getting scammed in this arena, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to take a look at the company or person you got scammed by. Maybe talk about examples from that we can share with other people so we can avoid getting scammed. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time we release a new video, and release new videos almost every day. I think as of this recording, we're up to about 350 videos on our YouTube channel. Make sure to comment below and like and share if you liked it. And I'm very active in the comment section. I answer questions, respond to feedback, all those kind of things. So make sure to comment below as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.